here we are. I'm now going to use some actual black. Use ivory black. Mix it with the brown, a little bit of medium. Now I'm going to come down the background here and try to shape this part of the face a little better. And here you notice I'm really trying to do a nice hard edge. Hard edges are really good to separate something from its background. We don't want her face blending into the background. We might want her hair blending into her face a little bit. Over here. Let's just fill this in. You can see I've got a bit of a sharper line down her face over there. What I can do with that is just kind of carry it through to help me see exactly where that chin line is. So come down from here, follow it, and then follow it down through here. It seems to come a little bit up over there. I think that was just a little too low. Because now I've got this dark already here, so let's find other spots where I can actually get a little darker than I have it. Now I'm going to go to the other side. Just kind of get you can see my scraper marks. I'm not worried about those, but I want to now carve this out. Nice hard edge. So I'm using a brush that I can load a lot of paint into it. Also, it holds firm. Come down the neck over here. More paint on my brush. The neck kind of comes in a little bit like this. It's the way I see it. And this comes down at an angle. Even a sharper angle than I have it. Go right over the dress there, and then just kind of get some of the skins. The next time, what I'll probably do with the background, before I go, I do see one little spot. It isn't quite the way I'd like it. I'm fine-tuning here a little bit. Before I was doing very loose, larger strokes. And in fact, a little bit of the chin comes around here. It might help me get this line a little better. This kind of comes in nice and soft like that. Maybe that's a bit dark. I can soften that next time if I feel the need. So now a very fine brush. So I really want to get into those eyes and make some distinctions. Okay, so I'm going to get some blue and some brown again. Get something very dark. Need a little bit of medium while I'm doing this, mixing. So umber. Just to now, with a really fine brush, get those eyes. So the outer part of the iris is always sort of darker. Try to get that darker. So now I've got some ivory black. And I know there are some philosophies in painting and art that say don't use black, make black with different colors. And I once heard somebody say, it was a good thing that Rembrandt didn't get that memo. He used black a lot. I like to use black. Sometimes it just separates. It's subtle, but it just adds greater intensity. I really don't know how to get with pure mixing. So I'm going to add some lighter parts now, but let's get some black coming around here. Let's get some black in here. So this is now going to have more intensity. It comes around like this and up, and now this nostril's kind of up here. You can use the black in between, the line in between the lips, a little bit darker. On the edges, it's the darkest. Through here, a little more intense. And now I'm going to just do a nice little line that comes through here, nice and thin. It's very subtle. You may not notice so much of a difference. Let's now look at the other eye. Bring some dark around the edge of this iris. So like that, and over the top here. There's even some black coming down the dress. It just will help separate a little bit. I don't want it to be too strong. And as we're doing this alla prima, wet on wet, it is now, the minute I put it on, it is blending with what's already there. So it won't have the intensity that it looks like it might have as I'm putting it down. It'll blend with the red. It'll just help give a little more oomph. And right down this fold, if I come down with black right down here, nice hard edge black, using a small brush, so I can't put that much paint on, but I like the small brush, gives me control. And come up there, it's going to help create depth in that fold or crease or something in the dress. Okay, that's all for this installment. When I come back, I'm going to do a little bit more black where I see it, and then I'm going to come in with some lighter colors to really help get her eyes in a more sparkly place. See you soon.